You wake up, you check your phone, and before you've even had coffee, three of the biggest companies on earth have already made money from you. Not because you bought something, not because you clicked buy, but because you exist. That's the uncomfortable truth most people never see. We're told big companies make money by selling great products, phones, shoes, software, streaming. It's also incomplete, because the real money, the serious money, usually comes from somewhere else. We live in a time where company valuations are exploding, profits look strange, and entire businesses feel successful even when customers are unhappy. So the question isn't, what do they sell? The real question is, what are they actually monetizing? Let's start with the obvious layer, the one everyone sees. You pay for a product, a phone, a subscription, a service. Revenue comes in, costs go out, profit remains. That's the story taught in school. But here's the first crack in it. Many of the biggest companies on earth barely make money selling their core product. Some don't make money at all, at least not directly. Take a moment and think about that. If the product isn't the profit engine, then what is? The answer starts with scale. Once a company reaches massive scale, selling the product becomes secondary. The product exists to pull you into an ecosystem, a habit. Because habits are predictable, and predictable behavior is extremely valuable. This is where the business quietly changes shape. Instead of asking, how do we sell more units? The question becomes, how do we control the flow? Control of attention, control of distribution, control of access. At scale, access beats margins. This is why many platforms aggressively lower prices, offer free tiers, or even operate at a loss early on. They're not failing, they're investing in gravity. Once everything passes through you, you don't need to push products, you tax movement. Think of it like a highway. The goal isn't to sell cars, it's to own the toll booth. And once you own the toll booth, you don't care which car passes through, you just collect. This is where the money starts to hide. Advertising is the most visible example, but it's not the most important one. The deeper layer is leverage. Big companies position themselves between people and what they want, between buyers and sellers, between creators and audiences, between businesses and customers. Now zoom in on data. Most people think data is about privacy. It's not. It's about forecasting. When a company can predict behavior, it can sell certainty, and certainty is expensive. Not certainty about you, certainty about patterns. What people will buy, when they'll quit, how price-sensitive they are, what scares them, what keeps them scrolling. The product trains the system learns the crowd becomes the asset. At that point, customers stop being the main source of revenue, they become the raw material. And this is where hype and reality split. The hype says innovation drives profit. The reality is that optimization does. Innovation brings people in. Optimization keeps money flowing. That's why products often get worse over time. More ads, more friction, more upsells. Not because companies forgot their values, because once growth slows, extraction begins. This isn't a conspiracy. It's math. Public companies aren't rewarded for being good. They're rewarded for being bigger than last quarter. Eventually, every system runs out of easy growth, so it squeezes what it already controls: attention, access, dependence. Zoom out even further. When enough economic activity funnels through a small number of companies, risk concentrates. A single policy change can reshape entire industries. A single algorithm tweak can erase livelihoods. Efficiency increases, resilience decreases. And here's the quietest truth of all. Big companies don't make money by being smarter than everyone else. They make money by positioning themselves where money has to pass. So the next time a company tells you their product is the business, ask yourself a different question. If the product disappeared tomorrow, what power would still remain? Because that's usually where the real money is.